A vulnerability has been disclosed in multiple DrayTek Vigor router models that can let remote, unauthenticated attackers run arbitrary code. This video is sponsored by Stonefly. More on that at the end of the video. The flaw, tracked as CVE-2025-10547, was reported by an independent researcher and affects devices with the web user interface exposed. Attackers can trigger the bug by sending specially crafted HTTP or HTTPS requests to the WebUI, which can cause memory corruption, crashes, and in certain cases, enable complete remote code execution. This is not a niche issue. DrayTek Vigor devices are widely used in prosumer and small to medium business environments, and the impacted models range from recent flagship routers down to older units still running in many DSL and telecom setups. The root cause is an uninitialized stack value that allows an arbitrary free condition, which the researchers successfully demonstrated with a working exploit. There are no reliable workarounds that fully eliminate the risk, aside from applying the vendor patches, so administrators should prioritize updates. Where immediate patching is impossible, reduce W1 exposure by disabling remote WebUI or SSL VPN access and restrict access with ACLs and VLANs so only trusted networks can reach management interfaces. Remember that the WebUI typically remains reachable on the local network, so local attackers or a compromised internal host can still trigger the flaw. DrayTek has released firmware fixes for the affected models. System administrators should upgrade to the specified minimum firmware listed by the vendor as soon as possible. The key upgrade targets include the following version families: 4.4.3.6 or later for several high-end models, 4.5.1 or later for a large tranche of current routers, and various 3.9.x and 4.4.x releases for older series. Consult the vendor advisory for the complete per-model mapping and follow your normal validation and rollback procedures before mass deployment. The disclosure timeline shows responsible reporting. The researcher informed DrayTek on July 22nd and publicly confirmed exploitability while providing time for fixes. Full technical details will be published by the researcher after the vendor's patches have had a chance to roll out, so expect proof of concept information to appear soon. That means threat actors could adapt proof of concept code quickly, which is why now is the moment to patch. If you run one of the affected Vigor models, treat this as an emergency patching event. Inventory your routers, check their current firmware versions, apply the vendor updates, and verify that remote management interfaces are locked down. After patching, monitor devices for any signs of compromise, unusual reboots, or unknown outbound connections. Involve incident response if you detect suspicious activity. Finally, ensure backups of configurations are taken before upgrades and store them securely. And now a word from our sponsor. Get a real-time automated threat detection and response security appliance for $1,499. Contact sales at stonefly.com for details. Subscribe for more cybersecurity news. Thank you for watching.